Bro, I look like a totally different person, bro. Like
You
I don't
finally
have
you let
I'm
it go.
bald now. This is
Welcome to the club.
man, this is trash, bro. I prayed to Jesus that he could just give me gray waves. Jesus didn't listen to that. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna give you some nice hair, but you're gonna have this bald spot in the back. And even though it wasn't that bad, I was like, I saw a picture of LeBron and I go, I don't want this for me.
Man,
So
in your defense, well, no, in Jesus's defense, man, that man told you everything about everything he told you. Every warning sign he gave you was that you were not going to get great waves. Like, who in the family has hair?
Big Daddy had hair, God rest his soul.
That's one. You're like 1 for 10.
I thought I was gonna be two.
You
You know what I'm saying? My
got
hair kept
4 generations of people that ain't got hair. I lost my hair before college. I didn't
I
even know
know.
it. I didn't even
My
know
hair
it.
kept going. My hair, I was like, oh snap, nigga, I'ma have it. And
Now,
then
granted, I was shaving my head. Don't do that, y'all. Don't shave your head with a razor before. Apparently, that just messes up your hair. I don't know. That's what they tell
I'm
me.
about to say, nigga, you don't even know what you're
Old
talking about.
wives' tale. You know.
Yeah, it is an old wives' tale. That's crazy as hell. Anyway, like we were talking about earlier on the Clubhouse app, one of the greatest rooms we were in today was started by Rob Gillette, and it was the initial concept was Nas versus Scarface. Everybody know who I pick. It's Scarface. Scarface is the greatest rapper of all time. Duh. Better than Biggie. I don't understand why anybody says anything crazy. But Bun B got in there too, and it became
It was,
an
it was,
amazing,
yeah, it was a great
amazing
room. It
conversation.
was a fantastic room.
Man, I don't even get paid by Clubhouse, but I stay on that app. It's a great networking tool. Networking is a great thing to do. Networking keeps you, I mean, I didn't graduate from nowhere, but networking has put me in a lot of places that I've needed to be in. Because before, I thought that my future might have been black and ugly as ever. However, I stay Houston down to my socks. It's another installment of In My Humble Opinion podcast, where the opinions are humbled and the words aren't jumbled. I am your host, Avery, like a very nice guy, and I'm bald right now. For now, it'll come back. It's not coming back. It's fine. Also known as Avery Zadius on Instagram and Twitter. Thanking you for taking out your time and checking us out. Also, I'm joined by Jess Devon, your host, ladies and gentlemen, Jess Devon.
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
Hey. Oh, we see, look
Was
at you.
that me?
That's no, that's our guest. We're
No,
we'll
we're
get
good. We're good. Keep going.
we're good. We're good. We're gonna get there because I'm sure he has numerous phones. And you could also find my brother, our co-host, Jess Devon at Dr. Douglaw on all socials, and you can find us at My Humble O on everything as well. And not forgetting that we also stream on all DSPs, and we're also on YouTube. I watch myself a lot. I don't know if you can tell I love myself. The sound of my own voice is amazing.
Oh, I'm
All
flipping
right,
mine up too. I'm putting Jess Devon on some stuff. So whoever Jess Devon is on Instagram, you need to come off that.
come
All
up
right,
off that. We're gonna run
continue.
up on you.
Continue.
Two niggas from Sugarland gonna run up on you. That shit ain't
Classic.
gonna work. That shit ain't gonna work. All right. Well, today's guest is a hip hop mogul, artist, and businessman. He started with hoop dreams that quickly transformed into music reality. Straight out of Harlem Clark, he put the city on his back along with a chip on his shoulder. With cosigns from the greats like Bun B, also with the greats like Scarface, he's proved that Houston is not only lyrical, but has song concepts and great subject matter. Starting from his initial rap moniker of Lil C, he's grown and to be one of Houston's greatest artists. And in my opinion, his last album, dang, it's right here. Golly. See, now I'm tripping stuff up. If We Never Speak Again. Wow. That was an awesome album. Once again, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, Propain.
What's up, man? What it do?
How's it going?
Man,
How's
happy
it going?
birthday to you, like I said earlier, brother.
Man, appreciate it, G. Appreciate it.
You can take it off of me now. You know what I'm saying?
It's well, first of all, we're looking at the gallery view, so we're seeing everybody. You making it
Okay.
a thing now. See, we're all on the screen now. How's it going, Propane?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good, 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 man. We appreciate you coming out. Again, we said that before. Or he said that before. Happy birthday!
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Happy birthday at the top of the year. We you know how we go through. We like to go all the way back, and we like, and you have. You know what? I'm not gonna go all the way back to start off at first. There are a number of veteran rappers out of Houston that have put a lot of respect on your name. Most notably, the one I saw was J Dog. And I feel like you and J Dog have a lot of similarities in style. Just you feel a lot of energy coming from y'all's music.
So,
Um, so what is it like first? Let's just go ahead and jump into that, and then we'll go back having an artist like J Dog shout you out, because there was two people on the interview that was like, one, I'm listening to Propain now, like that's who I discovered. So you see somebody discovering you and being like, oh, that's it, and then you have J Dog like, no, that's the one, like
right, right,
like that's the one, and that's been the one for a while.
right,
So yeah,
right.
what is that like?
Nah, it's humbling. It's extremely humbling, and being that I'm a fan of J Dog. J Dog, like you said, man, that passion, man, is just like he speak that talk of where I come from and a lot of the stuff that I've been through in my life. It just I resonate with him. So long before he ever knew who I was, I knew who he was and was a fan. And it's crazy. J Dog is actually the first artist, what you want to call with a name, that ever did any music with me, like a known rapper. Like, that was my first video ever, my first big feature. It was with J Dog. Somebody had, I think a producer had, B Dun had told him about me, and he was flaming at the time. I think like Rod on Foes was out, all that. That was like he was big at the time, and he just went out of his way and they set it up for me and him to do the record. That was like years ago, bro. So to see it from then to now, and to like for I was an artist that you thought had some potential to. Now you kind of look at me like I'm, what I'm saying, one of the ones is like, that's dope, man. It's just show you like to stand down where, what I'm saying, where it really come.
Okay, okay. Now we'll go back. Like now we'll take a look at the beginning. Like, did you start out wanting? I mean, were you always musically inclined? Did you start out wanting to get into music or
My
anything
whole
like
life.
that?
My whole life. It's basketball my first love, but I always this has been, I'm talking about elementary. You know what I'm saying? I was always the rapper. I was always the one who would freestyle. I'm this since a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to do this. You know what I'm saying? First it was when I was super, super young, it was the Michael Jackson. You want to be Michael Jackson. I was one some type
Yeah.
of trainer of some sort, and then it kind of gradually grew into, man, I want to be Master P. I want to be them boys from the Screwed Up Click. I want to be Jay-Z. I want to be not. Then I've always like looked at the rappers because I come from a musically inclined family. Like my mama can sing. You know what I'm saying? My grandpa taught himself to play the piano when he was like 3 or 4 years old. This is like no lie, the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of singers in my family. We ain't got no we I got a couple rappers that's in my family too. They was with, I don't know if y'all heard of the Botany Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so two of them was my cousin Head and Third. They're my cousins, and so it's like, man, that just stuff just kind of ran in us, man. I always loved to play basketball, but I always knew I was gonna rap. I tell a crazy story. My sophomore year, maybe freshman year in college, I think. Man, my freshman year in college, I was playing basketball at Marseille, but we had it was like we was out for like a few weeks, and Scarface had a group at the time called the Product, and
Yeah.
I remember the product. Them two was
okay,
dope.
all right, so just randomly, man, they was shooting a video in my neighborhood. They was shooting a video on the clock. They knew this chick over there, and they was using her house. So it was deep. This is back when it was budget videos, and they intermissions, and so they was on lunch break for the video. And I remember they being in the house, and I'm with all my partners out there. We in my neighborhood, like. I'm known for rapping, but I'm a basketball player. But everybody, we all used to rap. We've been rapping since kids. So they in the house in the intermission, standing around the turntable, and they just kind of like they rapping like just, you know what I'm saying, some freestyle and shit. So boom, it's like 20 of us. And I remember going up to the door, security at the door, they're not letting nobody in. I never met Face in my life. He don't know me from a can of paint. And they wouldn't let nobody in. And I just randomly remember being like, hey, Face. And they all turned and looked. And I'm like, man, tell him let me in. He never met me. He don't know me from nowhere. It's 20 of us. And it's like divine intervention. He was like, hey, let him in. They didn't let nobody else in. No more of my partners. They only let me in. That's it. I was like, damn, this crazy. So I'm standing around the turntable. I don't want to rap with no shit like that. I'm just saying, oh, this Scarface. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, shit, I'm just happy to be in here. And I'll never forget, he looked at me like, you can't just come in here and just look, you got to rap. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know I could rap or nothing. And I always been a writer, man. I used to get kicked out of class so much for not paying attention and writing music all the time. So I had one in my head that was just like, man, I know this is it. You know what I'm saying? So I remember rapping it. And as I'm rapping it, I'm watching Face do this, like tap his homeboy. Like, you know, so I'm really feeling myself now because I know he rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? And when I was done, he was like, man, who you signed to? And I was like, I ain't signed nobody, man. I play basketball in college. And the words he told me, the next one he said, I ain't never seen you hoop. But I'm going to tell you something. I guarantee you got a way better chance of making a lot of money being a rapper than you do being a basketball player. Because I ain't never heard of you as a basketball player. So, and I was I was like, man. Keep in mind, I always wanted to be a rapper though. So, and we just chopped it up a little bit, and he told his name was Will Hen, one of the dudes with the product. He was like, man, get his number. You know what I'm saying? You know, so the Will Hen got my number. I remember running straight to the crib, telling my mom, hey, I quit. I don't want to hear nothing you talking about. I'm not playing basketball no more. I'm not going back to school no more. I quit. You know what I'm saying? And
like you stopped going to Lamar for real?
So hold on, the story get good.
Okay, okay.
So, and I was going to Lamar State, JUCO. Yeah. So boom. So I remember this, and keep in mind we was out. I think it was like a hurricane that hit or something. So we was out of school for a couple weeks. So in that time, I'm talking to Will Hen every day. Like I'm calling. You gotta think I'm like 19 years old. They done told me they feeling my music. I'm hounding them. Like I'm calling them every day, chopping it up with them. Their album was about to drop. So their album came out like maybe in 2 weeks from that date. And we were just chopping it up. He was like, man, we're gonna get you in the studio, yada yada this, whatever. I had never really talked to Face again after that though. But I was talking to Will Hen and their album dropped. And the day they album dropped, bro, his number changed. I never heard from him again, bro.
Oh wow.
Ever. Like I was devastated, but at the same time, what Scarface had told me was enough. So I didn't quit hooping. I finished the year off and I played one more year, but I remember coming home, I'm like, I'm just gonna transfer, go to TCU because I'm just like chasing rap shit for real. So I remember just like, all right, I transferred and came home. So, and then by the time I came home, it didn't last no time for me playing basketball no more because I really just started like, man, I'm just rap. Like, so I was still going to school, but I was just focusing on rap. I wasn't hooping no more. So they number changed. And look how the universe so crazy because fast forward, I was working on a mixtape called Ryan Slab, and I ended up running the Scarface. By this time, my name was getting bigger. He was hearing about me. He wanted to rock with me, and he wanted to sign me. And so I met up with him, and we chopping it up. I played him the album. He was like going crazy over it. And I told him that story, and he did not remember. He didn't like. He did not, and of course you ain't gonna remember. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you shined on, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, he didn't remember though, you know what I'm saying? And that was just crazy though. But what I took from that, the biggest thing I took from that was, man, you gotta just watch how you with people. Like, not saying he did nothing wrong, but I'm just saying that moment was so big for me. You don't even remember it because you come across so many people. So that's why I always try to like any given chance, any fan, anybody that rock with my music, whatever. Like, because that one moment, you know what I'm saying? You never know where it's gonna lead to, but they gonna always remember that. So like he really didn't remember. You know what I'm saying? That like I was like, bro, I rap for you. He was like, bro, for real? You know what I'm saying? It was like, it's crazy, man. This is crazy world.
Now, before that, were you dividing your time? Like before that event, I know you're like, I always wanted to rap, but you like, I also play basketball. Right. So
Right.
which one were you leaning towards before then? Were you like, I'm gonna just try to push this basketball thing as far as I can get it to go?
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I always thought I was gonna be like Shaq. You know, I thought I was gonna make it to the NBA and drop some albums. Like
Okay.
I knew I was gonna rap because I was like, okay. The thing about basketball is, just because I'm just a hard worker, like whatever I'm gonna do. So I'm not, I'm gonna do whatever needs to be done to to get somewhere. And what I mean by that is, I wasn't never the best player in high school, but I got a scholarship. You know what I'm saying? And there was dudes that was better than me that didn't get no scholarship. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm a work for it, that don't mean that I was necessarily the best player. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I was at the time. All my best friends was hoopers, so that's what we doing on a daily. So I'm hooping, but at the same time, I'm really good at rapping. You know what I'm saying? And it really clicked once I got in college because I would start rapping for my teammates. And my freshman year, my roommate, which is like one of my closest friends right now, he wanted to do a lot of my management too. He was really the ones that was like, cause we used to like a lot of the same music, and I would rap for him, and he was like, bro, like you not just, you know, everybody rap, but he like, bro, you not just know, like you're not just playing with it, bro. You really can rap, like you need to, you know what I'm saying? And he always was big on like, bro, you need to be rapping. You know what I'm saying? So I was always hooping, but as I was getting a little older, I was starting to notice like, okay, yeah, I play basketball, but I get loved as a rapper. You know what I'm saying? And I started kind of like leaning towards that a little bit more. It was one thing like whoever I would rap for would automatically like gain a new respect for me. You know what I'm saying? So that was starting to do something to me, and I wanted to keep chasing that high.
Now the other thing too is you said you met Scarface at that video shoot, you ran home, you tell your mom, like, yo, I'm
Right.
done. What's her response when you're like, yo, I'm going straight into rap?
She wasn't trying to hear that.
Not
She wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like she ain't understanding it at the moment. She not really understanding rap, man. Just like that's like, you know, going, hey mom, I'm going to the NBA. Like it's lottery, you know what I'm saying? Like and then she don't really know of me being a rapper. Like she always known me to be heavy in music, and she know the homeboys used to come to the crib and we in the room doing freestyle tapes. But to actually somebody like Scarface, so Scarface told you that you know what I'm saying? It just don't sound believable.
yeah, you're
When
right.
I haven't been chasing this every day. I'm home on a break from playing basketball. I'm not. It ain't like I'm rapping every day. She don't know me for being a rapper. You know what I'm saying? So she wasn't really feeling it at all.
Ah. But then you still went through, you go back to school, you're
Yeah.
still playing. What were your plans then? You're like, okay, I'm gonna formulate. You already said like the next time you meet Scarface, you had already put together that first mixtape.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what how did you switch your game plan up in terms of moving into music? And then like what happened?
Man, I'm not even lie. After that in the interaction with Scarface, I was corrupted. Like as far as being back, I didn't care. I was hooping because I was just there. Like I had to still be in school, but I ain't care no more. I was. My mom was already gone when I was rapping. Like then, that's what I was doing. I was constantly working on my music. I was writing music all the time. So when I did come home and I transferred and I started going to school here, I was working. I was working strictly to like pay for my music, like pay for studio time, pay
Uh-huh.
to get everything done. Like it was 100% focused on music. I ain't really care about hooping no more because it was more so like I was working so hard to get by as a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? Like I was working extremely hard to which like I say I'm used to that, but it's like I'm working extremely hard to be cool. I'm not working hard at all as a rapper. It's in me. Like I really can do this. I started to feel like, man, this is what I'm chosen to do. It's really easy. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it just wasn't. And my two best friends, we all basketball players. And so I was the third best out of us three. So I go from that to now I'm rapping and I'm like, out of the young dudes in Houston just coming, I'm like the best out of everybody. So it's like, man, I want to be the one, you know what I'm saying, in the crew with some. So it was like, it was just easy for me to go towards the rap, man. Like it was like, that it was like my calling, like for real, like a real calling.
Do you feel like you gravitate to rap easier than basketball, or does rap
Nah,
feel more natural than
nah,
basketball?
they both nah. If we just talking about in general, nah, basketball's still my first love. Like I love both of them probably equally.
Okay.
Like if you come in my crib, you're gonna probably have more basketball stuff around here than you gonna have rap. You're gonna have basketball books and pictures on the wall and stuff like that. Like, nah, that's basketball still my first love. That's in my heart. Like rap, it's like 50-50.
Okay.
So you still be hooping?
Oh yeah, for sure. We were just hooping Saturday.
Okay.
Who's your team?
Oh, Rockets, man. I'm from H-Town.
Okay, just have to make
Well
sure. You know what I'm saying? We're touch and go sometimes. You know what
I'm
I'm
a
saying?
player though. I'm a player's guy though. So like I'm Rockets for life, like by default. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm always Rockets, but LeBron James is one of my favorite players. Carmelo Anthony, one of my favorite players. Like LeBron the GOAT to me.
Yeah.
I can understand that, but Carmelo?
I love Carmelo. I've been loving Carmelo since like Syracuse.
Okay.
The truth, like, you know what I'm saying? Of course, now he on the decline now, so, but it's like one of them, he always been one of my favorite players, so you still root for him.
I feel like even though he's on the decline, when he's in a happy situation,
yeah, if you put him in the right situation, he still can give you 15 a game. Like, he's the truth.
Yeah, definitely.
That dude, a legend, bro. I really love the perseverance in him. Like, when it's all said and done, they're going to have to speak on how they tried to count that man out, tried to shun him from the NBA, and he came back. He better than a lot of people in the NBA, whether they want to believe it. Like, still better than him. It's Carmelo Anthony now. Come on. Like, that's weird to me. I don't understand how. I don't know, man. We just live in a weird time now, bro. We live in a time where it's so easy to write people off, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this dude been killing for years. And you mean overnight, y'all mean to tell me that he wasn't good enough to get on no team? I still don't understand why the Rockets got rid of him. But see, that's why I got a love-hate relationship with the Rockets, because I hate our front office. Like, I hate it.
I feel like if you're a fan of any Houston sports team, because it's touch and go. I mean, if you listen to the show, like, I'm touch and go with the Rockets all the time for the same reason. But it is interesting, like you say, like how quickly the public and everybody can flip. I mean, look at the Harden situation now.
For sure.
Going in, I mean, it was like love. Then like then my man came up and started putting up points. And I myself was like, yo, I got to backtrack that stuff I said about Harden. I said about Harden because I'm like the moves being made. But I'm not going to say you're bad. Like, people literally got out there and was like, yo, he's not good. And I'm like, what do you mean he's not good?
Yeah, see, they tripping. Like, and I get it. Like, you know, he don't want to be here no more. Like, but that's the thing. Like, it's just, man, that sports and all that stuff is tricky, bro. Like, so it's like, think about this. And without trying to be biased, you know what I'm saying? And I'm cool with a lot of dudes on the Rockets team. So, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I got to remove myself as a fan because they support me. They show a lot of love. And then sometimes I just want to be a fan. Like, you don't play for us, you bro. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But it's just, at the end of the day, like, it's deeper than that. So, and then we got to look at it like this, bro. Okay, so peep this. We get mad at a player for want to leave or go to a situation that's better for him or whatever may have you. But at the same time, you got players who will stay in a situation that's bad because for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? They say that they doing it and they never win nothing significant. Like never making over. Like, let's look at a player like maybe, I want to say Damian Lillard, you know, but he made the West Conference Finals, but he never been to the finals. And when it's all said and done, if he never make it to the finals and none of that, they gonna speak on that. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna glorify him because, oh yeah, he stayed loyal to this franchise. Because them franchises don't stay loyal to nobody, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, of course I don't want Harden to leave, but it's almost like, bro, man, I love what LeBron came in the league and did because he kind of took some control from them owners. And it's like, man, we run this. Like, at the end of the day, like, think about it, they cut players so quick. Look how they doing Carmelo Anthony.
Exactly.
Now look how they did Gerald Green.
Oh, look how they did Gerald Green, bro. Come on, man. Like,
you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things too, where that's why I have to backtrack and be like, yo, it is what it is. I'm happy for any player that takes control of their career and does what they need to do because it's a business. Because
It's a
Gerald
business,
Green
bro.
got re-signed. We all celebrated, and they just cut him in the middle of the night. Like, hey, it is what it is.
I don't understand what they did that for too. That's crazy, bro.
No
And that's
clue.
my homie. Like he just texted me happy birthday yesterday. Like
Yeah.
that's the homie for real. Like I didn't even know he was cut. To my partner told me. Like I was like, what? Like,
They celebrated signing him, and then they cut him in the quietest way. Like I was just happen to be on Twitter. They was like, "Yo, Gerald Green got cut." I was like, "No, he didn't. We haven't even played yet." Like
that's crazy, bro. Unless it's, I don't know. Maybe he wasn't healthy or something. I don't know, bro. That's weird.
they said it was to free up stuff and move things around, but that's my thing. It's like it's a business at the end of the day, so you got to do what's best for you.
You got to do what's best for you, bro. Like at the end of the day,
Yeah,
that's real. Look how they did Isaiah Thomas.
yeah.
It's crazy.
I feel like he still got a little. He still feel a certain way about it. Like
What you mean? What you say?
I said, I still feel like you gotta feel some way about how you're treated throughout your career when you're like, yo, I'm doing all this, I'm putting up all these points, I'm getting all these stats. At a certain point, I feel like, I don't know, I can't get into Harden's head or anything like that. But it is a thing when you're like, when you're doing all this stuff and nothing's happening, and you're gonna take the brunt of it. It is what it is. Like people can flip on you real quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, man. This sports crazy, bro. That's where entertainment, period, man.
Yeah.
Period.
Now, getting back to your career. So we're talking about you as an entertainer. You come in with that kind of 2010 wave. You're talking about the rappers that are like coming up. You still managed to stay consistent. What has kept you in Houston and what's kept you going?
Well, what's kept me going? I mean, that's pretty much been my career. That's like my motto. That's what I stand by. I really don't know how to fold. Like I don't really know how to quit. I don't even think about it like I gotta keep going. This is a way of life. This is what I love to do. So at the end of the day, I just want to keep getting better and progressing. And I got a plan and I got a vision of where I see myself 5 years, 10 years. And you know what I'm saying? And it's all just part of the plan. Like at first it was cloudy because coming in as a younger artist, especially when you're young, like I had these big moments and stuff are happening, and I think, okay, this is supposed to put me right here, and this is supposed to put me right when it don't. You know what I'm saying? And it don't. Stuff hardly work out how we want it to work out, bro. How we planned it. But over time, what I was able to see is those plays that I thought would take me from here to here, maybe took me from right here to right here. But I kept doing it, so it kept doing this. And so I look up now, and I'm on season 10, and it's like, all right, you got a lot of people that be talking about like, man, that new rapper Propain, he go hard or whatever. It's like, bro, I really like, I'm a bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's cool. It's cool. I look at that like that's a blessing too because man, I'm gaining new fans every day, bro. And it's like, and that's kind of been the story of my career. It's just like it's slow rolling, but it's like a snowball. You know what I'm saying? And it's getting broader and broader. You know what I'm saying? So. It's been a wild ride, but I think I'm kind of at a point now where I see what's happening and kind of accepting it and just moving along. You know what I'm saying? And keep doing it what it's doing because to keep it real, it ain't too many rappers that came in when I came in that's still progressing.
And that's that. I mean, that's pretty much what I was alluding to. It's like we've had Fat Tony on the show, we've had DeLorean on the show. Right. I'm just bringing up rappers that, and Tony kind of espoused this, where he's like, there was a point where I was like, when's the big break gonna come? But then really I was looking at it like, every album I drop gives me the opportunity to drop more albums.
Right.
And not a lot of artists can say that. There's a whole lot of artists that be like, yo, like, I had my shot and then it was done. So it says something when you still have fans that are out there like, yo, I'm looking for more. You know what I'm saying? People are looking for an album coming from you every year. People are looking for an album coming from DeLorean every year. People are looking for an album. And y'all all rap different. You know what I mean? But it's like, I'm still looking for that album. So it's showing some kind of progression, even if people are still discovering y'all.
Right. Right, for sure. I look at, you can look at artists like more on a bigger scale. like artists like Freddie Gibbs, man. Freddie Gibbs is really just getting his just dues.
Yeah.
And Freddie Gibbs been here for a
A
very long time.
while, man.
And it's
Very
amazing
long
to
time.
hear people talk about Freddie Gibbs like, oh, well, he ain't da da da. I was like, dog, Freddie Gibbs, one, Freddie Gibbs rap like it's a job. Two, Freddie Gibbs been rapping. Like,
Been rapping, bro.
like,
Been rapping.
rapping.
What's so crazy is rest in peace, but bro, Nipsey was just starting to get his just dues. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
And he came in around the same time that Freddie Gibbs came in. And it's
Yeah.
like, but those are the same type of artists, not to compare myself to them, but it's kind of in the same melting pot of artists. It's an authentic sound. We kind of stick to who we are. It's more of a cult following. And
Yeah.
when you do that cult following, it only gonna get bigger. I ain't met a person yet that's left Propain cult. Like anybody who been rocking with me, who loved any of my music, because it only get better. And I'm gonna keep giving you whatever it was that you liked about me when you first heard me. You're gonna keep getting that feeling, and it's just gonna get enhanced. You know what I'm saying? So my army is only gonna grow, and that's what I think artists like that is, and that's why Freddie Gibbs and any of them artists like that, they can be controversial, say whatever, and it don't really matter. You can't cancel them because they fan base is solid. They're not going nowhere.
And it's a lot of artists. I liken them to the same vein as like a Currency. I hear a lot more rappers nowadays say, years 2010 it would be a joke. Like they'd be like, maybe a little bit before then they'd be like, oh, Currency. But now it's like Currency is the career I want. Like
Currency is the career you want. You feel me? Like Currency a real legend.
Yeah.
You're very right.
So you see
all
artists
the money,
too,
and he gets to
that.
be able to like go anywhere. I mean, that's
Yeah.
perfect.
And you see artists like Les and other people like that kind of follow that. Even Freddie to some extent, where it's like, yo, I'm gonna just drop the albums I want to drop when I want to drop them, how I want to drop them,
Yep.
and we gonna see what happens. So it's like I like seeing it like when artists like you are selling merch and things like that, where it's like, yo, like get this the release for your last album with the sweatshirts.
Yeah.
In case you never like, you can get the album and all that other kind of stuff. It's forward thinking and it's showing like, look, I'm running this like a business, and as long as we got positive progression, we're good.
Sure.
So, at what point of your when did the mindset change? Where you said like, hey, before I was looking like, oh, this would have been a break, or this is going to be the next break. When did your mindset switch to, oh, I'm just moving for positive progression?
I don't really know the exact timeline, but of course, just as an artist, you go through these roller coasters. So I think I had to get to that point where it got real dark and it was like a low point. So that was maybe 5 years ago. Maybe just like, bro, what am I doing wrong? Because in my mind, I'm putting out some of the best quality that my city has heard. My state, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it can compete with these whoever your favorite rap is or whatever. What I'm putting out is competing with that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was like I just wasn't understanding. I was like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm giving really everything that I'm giving the underground. I'm giving the hits. 2 rounds was on the charts. It was like 35th one. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I'm not no radio rapper, but I'm showing my range that I can do everything. You know what I'm saying? That was a whole secret. Like, so it was just like, it was getting to a point where I was like, man, like, and that didn't help it because that song had got so big. It was like, I don't really know where to go from here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what more can I do. But at the same time, it just goes back to what I say, who I am. Like, I'm not gonna quit. So it's just like I feel a certain type of way, but I'm gonna keep swinging. Like, and at the same time, it's challenging and it's fun. And I think once I kind of released the whole pressure of, all right, bro, you got to stop trying to think a song is supposed to get you this $1 million contract, or it's gonna make you star overnight, or you know what I'm saying, or you're gonna get held at the top and you're gonna go to the Grammys off this one move or whatever like that. And once I just released that pressure, and I just kind of, because it got to a point where I damn near wanted to like quit. You know what I'm saying? It was like, once I like went through that phase and that dark moment, them months of just doubting myself and being unsure, and kind of came back with 7 Day Theory. I ain't care no more. It was just like rapping, man. It was like we just rapping, we just having fun, and I'm getting better. And shout out to DJ XO because he played a major part in. I mean, to a lot of the fans, it's not a resurgence to them because all they know is me consistently dropping music, but it was a resurgence to me because I was mentally done. Like even if I was still rapping, I was always still rapping. I mean, this I make money doing it, so it's like you gonna still hear me on songs and rappers still gonna reach out, we still gonna work. But I just really was done, like around that time, 2017, and like it just wasn't there, and just start rocking with XO and his energy. It was a new energy that I had never really been around. And he was full of life. He hadn't really dealt with what do you call it, the evils of the game yet, where it can taint you. You know what I'm saying? Just like with anything in life, you come in and you pure. You know what I'm saying? And that purity was like we connected and we did a whole album in 7 days. Even though we ended up losing it because but we went back. It just showed me like, bro, we just working. Like so that happened. And from that moment, everything started back going like this for me, and it kept going up. Then in case we never speak again, that was just like the moment. Like it was just like, all right, we really back full fledged to the point where it's like it's a whole new career that took hold of me. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's weird the respect and the gratitude that is shown just off me like really letting go and worrying about where my rank gonna be at, where my place, and it's like now it's just you see your J Dogs or any of the rappers that just speak really really highly, and it's almost like I think I was chasing that, and once I stopped chasing it, that's when it started coming.
Now you think? Oh, I'm saying you think that is the big change in terms of there was something. I mean, you can always rap, but there was definitely something different about 7 Day Theory, and then in case we never speak again, there's just a different energy and everything about it. Do you attribute that? What do you attribute that all to?
In case we never speak again is like one of the most personal projects I ever put out. That was my life at the time. Like I was really bouncing back from a lot. I was going through a lot. Like me and my daughter's mama, we weren't together no more. Like I've been around my daughter like for every day of my life. So for us to be living in different households, that kind of like that did something to me. But like my whole life though, situations, I'm the type like that brings the best out of me. It don't take me down. It take me to a new level. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what that did. And it wasn't just that. It was like a whole bunch of other situations of I was hearing a lot of the doubt. I was being wrote off by a lot of people, and Pro ain't this that no more. He don't belong with this, and it was more so. I just had a chip on my shoulder, and I knew the whole time I was recording that. I knew something was about to happen. I was like, bro, this was to be a moment. Like I feel it, and I don't know. It was a chain reaction, man. It was definitely a difference because with 7 Day Theory, I was just getting back in the groove. It was life. It was like I was rapping, just rapping. With in case we never speak again, that's why I was calling in case we never speak again because where my mind was, who knows if y'all gonna ever get any more music from me? Like that's why I was there with it. Nipsey had died. I was like, it just was fucked up out here, and I was just like, bro, we don't even. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where I'm at with it. So the album it's like a letter. It's a letter being wrote. That's why the last song is called the last song is called Dear Jada. The first song is In Case We Never Speak Again. The last song is Dear Jada. And it's like a letter that I'm writing to my daughter, just in case. Like, if we don't never speak again, if I pass away or anything happens, like this a letter I'm giving you. And it was like my whole life in there. And so I don't know, that album really, really special to me.
Now the thing about that too is, like I said, when I heard the album, it gave me the impression that you were stopping, like
Right.
you were kind of done. So I was like, it's interesting that you released an album about stopping doing everything, and
Right.
when we're talking to you here, it sounds like you kind of just starting back up, like you just beginning.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
just beginning, man. That album did that though, bro. It's crazy. Like that album really, like I really feel like after that album came out, I took on a whole new career. First of all, I've always been a business man. Like I've always wanted to be Master P. Like I wanted to be Birdman. I didn't want to be Wayne. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to be the CEO. So I've always been on my business. So that was always the thing. But when this album came out, I did a couple things differently, and I tried to go in and move with different business endeavors with different people, and just learning stuff, man. Taking on some good game from a lot of moguls, and this project, monetary wise, it's not even close with no other projects that I've ever put out. And I don't know if it was because of the energy or what. I mean, I worked way harder. I put out way more videos with it, and the awareness raised. And this album kind of did take a life of its own and wake a lot of people up. But at the same time, it just was a resurgence. So I just be feeling like, I felt like, damn, like this is really like a new leaf. You know what I'm saying? I get so many people, bro, who, in case we never speak again, is the first piece of work they've ever heard from me.
Yeah.
And it's unreal, bro. It's crazy. I get it, but because I've caught on to some artists late, but it's just like, it's that. And so when they hear it, they go back and they like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they go back and they hear a lot of stuff. Like I know when the My Life 2 video came out, which was huge, you know what I'm saying? It was millions of views, and it woke so many people up. Like, who is this dude? They thought I was new. Then I put out the video with Ken the Man, the Jordan Yvette, and that did extremely good too. Yeah. And she's a younger artist, so it kind of woke up the younger artists, the younger fans, the younger females that didn't really, even if you heard of me, you probably didn't care to listen to me. Oh, that's probably a 2-round song. They young, they not really thinking to, and it just woke them up, bro. And it just, everything just started spinning off each other, bro. This video here, and everything was going, and it was like, now I started reading, the comments was crazy. It was like, man, Propain done became a new rapper, and it's like I never changed nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just y'all just now waking up to, which is cool though, bro. And that's why I tell people, bro, you can't quit, bro. You can't, because if some take you 10, 15, 20, well, it don't matter how many years, it can take you 20 years. Some will take you 20 years. But if you quit on year 19, opposed to year 20, everything going down for you, what did you really do that for? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did you really do that? And that's with anything. I'm not just talking about music. And I say that, and I hope people take that the right way, because what I don't want people is to be chasing a career for 20 years that you're getting no progression in at all. If it's jeopardizing your family or whatever you're doing, then you may can look towards a different field. But I'm speaking on the people in whatever they're doing in their life, they not getting to where they feel that they supposed to be at. You probably are where you're supposed to be at. You're not where you want to be at. You know what I'm saying? And that's what sometimes we struggle with that. And I always tell people all the time, bro, it's like, you got to persevere, bro, because you just never really know when it's supposed to happen. It happens never when you think it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And it took for me to reflect on my career and be like, why am I not here? But why am I not here and I'm right here? But we not sitting thinking like, oh, but you're not right here though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you kept going.
It's crazy. Like, you know, I don't know. I guess it just comes from the years of experience and just understanding, like, man, it's just a process, bro. But at this present moment right now, I love everything about everything that's going on with my brand, my music, my sound, everything. It's fun now. And I'm like, this year I quit writing. Like, I've been a writer my whole life. I love the pen and the pad, and I just quit writing. And that solely came from repetition. I've been rapping way more this year and last year than I probably have ever. Like, I continuously rap all the time. It's back fun again. It's like, I ain't rapping for no money, man. I'm rapping because I'm better than all y'all, and I need y'all to know that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I go. That's my motive. Like,
lead it,
yeah. Because when the hunger is there, like we say, progression takes time. I would say particularly in Houston. I mean, you look at artists like another 2010 star is Beat King.
Yeah, for sure.
King has changed up
So
stuff, but it
he
took
getting his just dues, man.
TikTok
He
Kids
deserved it.
found him.
He
When
deserved
TikTok,
it. And, you know, a lot of people think he knew.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. TikTok
TikTok
Kids
thinking
found
that
him and was like, "Yo, this man got song after song. Big King has a song for every year, at least."
B King has a hit for every single year he's been
Yeah,
a rapper.
yeah.
And I don't think we have there's no other artists in Houston that can say they did that.
yeah.
Like we got some legends like who've had big records like Zeros and Slims, and they consistently gave us music. But B King has had a radio and club hit for 10 consecutive years. Unreal.
At least one a year. Like this dude's amazing.
He deserves everything that he's getting. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Everything and more. He deserves it. It's crazy, man. I love to see that, bro, because that goes back to what we sitting on here talking about, and it's almost like it's like a physical demonstration of what we're saying. We speaking it, but that's something, that's a prop. We can show that. Okay, B King is what we talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what we mean by if you stay in it. Because B King could have easily gave up last year or the year before that.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? It's like, look at you now, bro. You and never in a million years would you think this is what you wanted, this is where you should have been. But he could have. It's easy to stop thinking that's gonna happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very easy. So salute to B King, bro. Like, he getting everything he deserved.
Yeah.
DJ Chose also.
Yeah.
DJ Chose for real. He had an amazing 2020. And he got that song with Meg, correct? So I'm like, this dude here, like he's getting everything he deserves.
Yep.
And the other thing too is, what is it like watching? Given that you've been doing this for a while, like you said, a lot of people might see me new, but I'm a veteran. I've been doing this, and you're seeing the veterans start to get more shine, and you're also seeing these new people like Ken the Man, who is starting to get these accolades. What is that like seeing the city grow, and how does it feel? Because we've had points where the city, you know, there was a 2000 wave, there was a 2010 wave, now there's this one. I don't know. Does this feel the same? Does it feel different? How does 2020 feel in terms of the state of music for you?
I feel we're the most diverse we've ever been. I honestly think we're the strongest. I think Houston is the strongest it's ever been. I think we have an opportunity to really have an industry again. And what I mean by that is where you don't have to go outside of here for the biggest of the biggest in Houston. Like, you got your Travis Scott, your Megans. Of course, you got um what's her name? Lizzo.
Yeah,
You got, you know what I'm saying? We got stars. We got real stars here. And we also have like regional stars here. And we also have legends here. And we also have new legends. And so it's like, now it's like Houston is getting back to that city where it's all right here. It always been here, but I'm saying it's getting shown that it's all right. And these newer rappers, man, they so cold, bro. I love the newer rappers. I love the little Germans. I love Fast Lanes. I love O&B Bloodbath, Maxo Cream, Sauce Walkers, and my dogs. Like, I'm already a hip hop head. So regardless if I was rapping or not, I would be fans of all of them because they all can really, really rap. And it's so I'm loving it right now. I think this newer class, this new crop of artists, I think they're more because that social media is really we kind of came in at the start of social media. We didn't have Instagram, we had Twitter.
Yeah.
And so they kind of came with the Instagram, so they kind of get to jump off the porch a little more polished, a little bit already like you already, you know what I'm saying? They already rocking. Like, we was trying to figure it out. And so I think it's doper for them. I think they got a lot of great music because they got a lot of access, bro. They got a lot of access, and it's dope, man. So I just think it only gonna get better. That's just like the crop of basketball players. Like, regardless of people want to say, oh, the older players, no, these new niggas jump way higher, way faster. They got way more dribble moves that Bob Cousy and them dribbling with one hand was not doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, cut it out. Nobody from the 80s can dribble like Kyrie Irving. Nobody from
not
the
at all.
60s, 70s, 80s can shoot like Steph Curry. No, like y'all can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't got nothing to do with them not better. It's just it's different now, bro. These dudes are starting. They got trainers now. They have social medias now, it's just different. So it's progression, bro. Like I mean, anybody who don't think that the newer crop is better than the last crop, and the last crop was better than that's just how I think. I think it always grows. I think they take something from each one, and they take what we did, and they taking it to a new height. You know what I'm saying? Now I think my plan. What'd you say?
I was gonna say comparing it to sports makes sense because that's how I feel too. It's like I can respect what players have done in the past, but it's like this player has looked at what you've done. They're trying to perfect. They were chasing you. You know what I'm saying? They was like you was chasing players your own age back in the day. This kid is chasing you since he could dribble. And so he was already perfecting some of the stuff that took you years to get. He's doing this. So in high school, he was like ready. In college, he's perfecting it, all this other kind of stuff. And so it's like, yeah, you're right. This kid does jump faster. This kid does run further, all this other kind of thing. So yeah, it makes perfect sense. Because I was gonna say, like, some of the artists, like when I first saw Kim the Man's video that I think she just shot on her own, I thought it was professional. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is like a new artist with some serious backing. When you see Maxo and Bloodbath and Jeremy, and you see these people that are coming off, it's like they've watched all these other artists for so long, and they know how to use the internet.
They know how to use
they know how to use the internet really, really, really well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's a huge thing. So looking at your career now, like now that we know, because that was my question was going to be, like, after that last album, were you planning on stopping? And it sounds like no, you're not. So what can we expect to hear from you coming up? What are some of the projects and things that you're working on?
Oh, well, the album is done. It's called It Ain't Safe Outside. I was originally supposed to drop it December 5th, but I wasn't pleased with the mix and mastering. Now, In Case We Never Speak Again was like the start of this saga. This album is 10 times better than In Case We Never Speak Again. And I know A-Rap always, oh, everything's gonna be better, this is better. Like, nah, I get it, but it's like a new wave of where I've came to as an artist, and it started when In Case We Never Speak Again, and that was the comfortability in the pocket that I explored with, and it did wonders for me. So that's where it's at now. So now that I'm growing on that, and this album, It Ain't Safe Outside. It's a 2020 rapper, bro. It comes from everything from it ain't safe outside. It ain't safe for rappers. You got all these rappers getting killed. You got the George Floyd situation. You got the coronavirus. You got just 2020 just been messed up, and that's where the title comes from. The video that I just dropped, which is self-titled, It Ain't Safe Outside, 0 on there. That video is doing extremely good. It's already up over 100,000 in 6 to 7 days. You know what I'm saying? So it's I look for that one to hit another million.
Not 100,000? That's good. Because I saw the other day you was like, you got 24 hours to put this at 100,000. That was all.
It's at 105 right now. So yeah, like for sure, man. They ride, man. I'm salute to all the supporters and the fans, bro, because they really ride. Like it's my outlet is only my outlet, if that makes sense. Like I'm direct to the fans. I'm gonna drop the music. They gonna support it. They gonna ride for it. It's no antics, no gimmicks, no nothing to that. It's the music, and it's me and the fans, and they ride for it. And that's really what has me surging, and where you almost gotta mention my name with it, because it's independent. I'm doing this all on my own, and the heights that it's going, you gotta respect it.
Now you got 0. Who else are you working with on this album in terms of artists and producers and things like that?
So I guess I'll let y'all in on some of the features. 0, Sauce Walker is on the album. Fast Lane is on the album. Peso is on the album.
Yes, I like Peso.
I have y'all the first people that I'm telling this. This really was a surprise. But so the last song on the album is called My Dream Song. And it's me, 0, Slim Thug, Lil Flip, Big Pokey, Lil Kiki, Paw Wall.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
what? So what was the process of getting all that together? Because these are guys that, yeah.
So this is how this song came about. I'm just sitting up talking to my partner, and we kind of like we just was talking, and he kind of pointed out something. And he was because the position that I'm in Houston is almost like the J. Cole song, The Middle Child. Like I'm like the big bro to so many of the newer rappers, and they all rock with me. They all it's a different love and respect I get from them. That a lot of rappers from my class, they don't really know them. They don't really, you know what I'm saying? Like they stay, and the OGs really don't. It's a disconnect. It's a complete disconnect. You know what I'm saying? But I'm the big bro to a lot of them, but I'm also the little bro to all the OGs. And basically what we were just basically saying was, he was like, bro, you don't I don't take it for granted, but you don't utilize it sometimes. And he kind of just made me think about something. I was like, why don't I have a song with all them? Without like, I can do it. Like I'm the person who can do that. It's a phone call, you know what I'm saying? So why not? And it really just started off like, let me see how long this will take to get this done. I got it done in 24 hours, bro. It's unreal. Like and I got so much love and respect for all those rappers that I just named, because even like Paw Wall was so excited that he was making a Propain album. He like, bro, I've been waiting to do this. And it's like, damn, bro, you Paw Wall. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Zero don't move for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he was the first one to give me the verse. He was the first. Zero verse was on the song before my verse was on the song.
He worked.
And I swear.
Yeah.
I swear. And Kiki pulled up right on me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I ran into Big Pokey at Kiki video shoot, and I just told him my song. He was damn near mad that he wasn't on it. And I was like, all right, bro, I'm gonna send it to you. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta send it right. Man, he sent it right back. Lil Flip hit me like, they was honored to be on this record. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I meant by utilizing the position I'm in. These are all dudes that I grew up idolizing. You know what I'm saying? These dudes that I grew up, like they are some of the reason why I'm a rapper today. And it's like, to be able to get all of them on one record, it's not a lot of people who can do that. You know what I'm saying? It's really not. And that was the motive behind that. It was like, sometimes we don't like a lot of times in life we could do a lot of stuff that we just don't do it. It's like, why we don't do it? You know what I'm saying? We only live once. So man, do it. And I'm glad it came out. And nobody knows that record. That was gonna be a surprise, but now y'all know. But the album gonna be out in like 2 weeks though. So
that's awesome. By the time this interview drops, then the album will be out and it'll all come together.
It'll all come out at the same time. I mean,
hey,
look,
go ahead.
No, I said the good thing about it is, like you were saying, it highlights kind of full circle what you were talking about of the city as well. I don't think there are too many cities in terms of hip hop, just music in general, that has so many generations of artists that can still go. Like Lil Kiki just dropped an album. Devin the Dude come out with an album right now. You know what I mean? It's like you have Big Pokey working on something. Like it's like you have artists that people still want to hear that came out in the early 90s. You know what I mean? And you got artists that came out in the thousands, and you got artists that came out in the 2010s, and you got artists coming out today. And it's like, I can't name another city that really has that many people doing that much all the time.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So that's one of the things too, where I was like, when people figure out what Houston has to offer, like I feel like they know, it's never really highlighted. And stuff like what you're doing now really highlights that, because sometimes people would be like, oh, really? Like who? And then you'd be like, man, dog, I love Big Pokey. I love Flip. I love Kiki. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they still go on the album. So that's one of those things too. And hopefully that gets people listening to the work that they put out, because they be putting out albums too. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a service. Like it's a good thing that they did it for you, but it also shows like it really highlights what's going on in the city.
For real.
Right. I'm with you. I agree.
Now, where can fans, your new fans and things like that are coming around, old fan, where can they find all your stuff? How do they reach you? How do they get more and in terms of your music?
Well, man, it's 2021. If they don't know to go to a streaming service and type in
Yeah.
their rapper name. Yeah, but for sure, man, it's on all platforms though, man. It's years of content. YouTube, all my social media handles, YouTube, everything is Propain 713. That's everything. That's Twitter. That's Instagram. That's YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe to my page. I really feel like me and True Arts, shout out to True Arts, we 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 put out some of the dopest videos. We take a lot of time with it. We put a lot of thought in our videos. We get a lot of love for the videos. So if you haven't really, you know what I'm saying, dove into Propain videos, I suggest you go do it because you will like it. It's dope. You know what I'm saying? And all the music is, like I said, it's on all streaming platforms everywhere. Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, Google Play, all that. You just type in Propain, Propain.
Excellent.
Um, for sure.
Well, excellent, man. Look, we appreciate you coming out. Like, really appreciate
Appreciate y'all for having me.
you coming out with us. Here we go.
Well, that's good. Once again, man, this has been another great episode. Also, I mean, you can find us everywhere you find any streaming platform, or you could also find us on My Humble O. If you want to be a part of the Humble Hive, you have to like, share, and subscribe. Humbly yours, Avery Zadius, and my brother, Just Devon, also known as Dr. Douglas, but he's going to switch it to Just Devon. In My Humble Opinion podcast. Thank you and good night. Bang.